I'm out here in my garage at the house, and I got an issue we're going to work on. Hopefully we can get it fixed. The trail mower, I cannot get it running. I pull on the cord, and it doesn't fire. So I'm not sure what's happening. So we're going to try to run some tests, or try to see what the issue is. Tests. I don't know if I really have the right testing tools, but we'll check basic things and see if it can lead us to what the issue might be. Hopefully we can get this figured out, because I do need this thing. So anyway, yeah, so I got it here sitting in the shop. So a little tight quarters over there. And I don't think you've seen it since I started putting things in here. Got one bench. Some of my tools are up. Got my shop smith up, and been using that quite a bit. So the first thing I'm gonna check is to see if we got a spark. So let's work on that. The
3/8 inch socket, which we had the other day. Let's see. It's nice and clean. Just smells a little gassy. Just wonder if we're getting a spark. Let's see. Yeah, I see a spark. Alright, let's see. No spark. Yep, so. Switch to G-Go bad. Somebody's been here before, it's all electric taped up. Pretty sure that's not a factory job. We're going to clean these. You can see it's really dirty. It was bugging me. I should be able to figure out how to test the switch and how to test the Magneto. So I did some research online, and I think using Multimeter I can do it. So I got this type of a multimeter book. This is a fairly old one, and let's see, it's a basic dial and setup. And then I have this one. It's a little bit more fancier. And then I have a real fancy one, electrician's one, that I don't know how to use at all. And I don't really know how to use these that well. But I believe I understand enough to test the switch, and then also to test the Magneto. So let's look at the switch first. Right, so here's my switch. I just stuck it in a vise, holding it by the key, so you can see it. And you can see it's simple on off, and it's just got 2 poles to it. And so right now the switch is off because you can remove the key. That should be off. So on the copper leads you got nothing. On the posts I got nothing. I turn it on, and on the leads I got nothing. And on the posts I got nothing. So is my ohm meter working? Let's check a switch. Here's a typical house type switch.
So that's off. And that's on. Alright, so you can see it does test a switch. It shows continuity is on. To me, it's showing that this switch isn't working. Well, let's try it with the other meter. Alright, so what I'll do, so this meter is a little different. And I can turn it to the omega symbol, which is ohms. And then we're going to select where it will make a sound if you have a connection, if you have a circuit. And so, all right, so now key is on, that's off. Nope, that's off right there, right? This key comes out. So, one lead. There. Nothing on the 2 posts. Let's do it this way. Turn it on. Can't now remove the key, so that should be on. That should be your run position. Nothing. Nothing. All right, now we'll check it on this switch. Nothing. Whoops, stay there, buddy. Don't move on me. Let's see. Turn it on, we have on. We get the sound. I turn it off, we get no sound. Turn it on, I get the sound. So it completes the circuit. So it does test it. And I got this, it's not my, I'm just copying something I saw on YouTube. I thought that was interesting. So that's to test the switch. Switch is bad. I'm convinced of it. So I ordered a new switch. Alright, so the other possible thing that could be wrong, that's the Magneto right there. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's not very good out here. But anyway, so that's Magneto. And I should be able to test it as well, right? So I looked online, and a lot of people call this coil as well. On YouTube, and saw couple videos on how to test a Magneto or a coil. And so one of the ways was to again use multimeter and set it onto ohms. Put the red lead into where the spark plug goes, and I'm going to put the black lead onto the side, and it reads right around 8,000, just below. So for this size motor and this type of Magneto, it should read above 5,000, and so that's what we want. I think this is good, but let's check it with the other meter. So let's see what this one does, because for whatever reason I like to try to double, triple my findings. So same kind of scenario, except this time we're going to be checking for just ohms. So it's in the, you can see it's the omega symbol came up on the screen, and now we're checking for ohms. So I put again the red probe into here, the black goes on this, and we're getting 10
10.7. So 10,000. So again, it's reading different than the dial, but it's well above 5,000. So I would say, again, this is a good Magneto, if that's the true way to test them. So this leads me to think that all along the issue was the switch, which made sense. So I ordered a new switch. We'll get that in, test it, and then we'll see where it goes. And while I was on vacation, up visiting my son in Pennsylvania, the part came in from Steve Small Engines. That's what it is. What's it called? Nope, Jack's Small Engines. I like them because their schematics seem to always match the piece of equipment. It's a different kind of a switch. This one is a multi-pronged switch, which is really for if you were to have a battery ignition, you can turn it to start it. So we'll have to figure out which one is on and off. Give it a test to see if we got spark. Hopefully this resolves it. I'm going to test it, see if we got spark. Get the light so it's a little bit more visible. Yeah, it's pretty dark, but let's see if we can see some spark on this plug when we spin the motor. So, nothing. Which isn't much of a surprise because when I tried to jump the key, I still got nothing. Hey Lillie, what you doing, bud? Did you miss me last week? Yes, you did, didn't you? Alright. Interesting. Alright, well, I guess that's it for now. I gotta figure this out. Dave out. So yesterday, I hit a stone wall. I put on a new Magneto, and I still couldn't get a spark. So then I thought, well, alright, maybe I wasted my time doing all that. Maybe it's just a bad wire. So I came over here, and I started putzing around with these wires over here. And basically, it's got these wires bring the disconnect from the key. So that's where that comes in. And this wire goes over to the Magneto. Was a bad wire and I replaced it. But that still didn't help. So I took this wire from the Magneto and just ground it to the engine, and I got spark. So that meant that this wire I'd replaced is good. So I had an issue here. So I undid all this. I don't know what this wire is that goes over to here. It's insulated, but this is insulated. So I understand why this is insulated. That's how your switch works. But the issue was with this. So I think I'm going to take this off altogether. As it is right now, it'll produce a spark. So if I spin this now, we should get spark. Come up. So I get spark. So we got spark as it stands. Let's see if we can get this dude started. Alright. Obviously I got something else going on too. Hey, back on this trail mower, the mystery. So I definitely have spark.
checked it, we've seen it. Checked it again this morning. And then I went and checked to make sure I had fuel going to the carburetor, which I did. I do, so all I did was unhook this hose, put it into a bottle, and pull the pull cord on it, and it's pumping fuel. So it's definitely, this is working. It delivers fuel. I have spark. So there's two things it could be in my mind. I have compression too. I can't test it because I don't have a tester, but when I put the spark plug in, you can definitely tell the compression level is there. So yeah, we have compression, we have spark, fuel's getting in the carburetor. So maybe the carburetor's dirty and needs to be cleaned, but before I tackle that, I want to check the head and see if the valve gaskets are operating. Are they going up and down, and is the clearance correct? So I looked up the clearance, I got that, and so we'll do that. If everything checks out there, then I'll look at the carburetor. So let's take this valve cover off and see where we go from there. And hopefully you got a good view of it. Yeah. So it has an overhead valve, and now taking this off means I got to get a new gasket for it. So I did that. I am able to get one, it looks like, or I could make one, I guess. When that happens, they will not start because it'll close one of the valves, and so you're not getting the delivery. Let's see if we can pop that off. Well, specs on this are 0.4 to 0.6, which is really tight. 0.004, 0.006. That's what this is. I mean, it's there. A little tight. Let's see if we can get the other one. That's right here. Yeah. I mean, they're like perfect. So yeah, it's not that. That would have been too simple, but it's not. All right. Now it says you're supposed to put a new gasket on, and I'm just going to clean the edge off of this one, and we're going to use it again because it's in really good shape. It's almost brand new. That means carburetor. The valves are working good. I have compression. Not over tight, but tight enough. I don't want them falling out. There we go. Carburetor right here. They access it. I gotta take all this stuff off again for like the 50th time. not a carburetor guy. I didn't know a lot about them. I'll price what a new one is. Well, there we go. So the saga with the motor continues. So I finally got it to fire off by cleaning the carburetor the best I could. I used some brake cleaner and I soaked it overnight in the paint thinner. And that worked. I mean, it cleaned it, but it's not the way it should be. As you can tell, I mean, it's getting way too much gas pumped through it. So, and I think it's causing that surging too. So, a new carburetor is in order. I need a new fuel filter and air filters. So that's what's left. We get those things, and then maybe I think we're in a good position with this. Alright, so I put the new carburetor on it. Now it does fine. So, put it under load and see what it does. Put a wrap up on this adventure. So I learned a lot of things through the process. One, I need to trust my analytic or my diagnostic tools. The Magneto was not bad. I had a short in this wire right here. I also did have I had a bad fuel filter, I had a bad spark plug, and I had a bad carburetor. So those things were all legit, but the thing I bought that I didn't need was the Magneto. So I bought a Magneto I didn't need. I got one now as a spare, and I left the old one on it. My diagnostic tool said it was good, and I should have trusted it, but it didn't. I was convinced there was something else wrong with the ignition when there wasn't. The only thing was this one wire had shorted out, and so got that fixed. All right, this should be ready to go. Took a long time to get the parts. So yeah, that's how it goes. Like I always say, make kindness your business. Do something kind for somebody. Go that extra effort. Just takes a little bit of time to do. It does take effort on your part, but it really could change somebody's day. I really appreciate you watching, and if Lillie was here, she'd say the same, but sadly she's in the house right now. Anyway, out.